Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to the suburbs of Moscow, and it's snowy Moscow as well. We're going to go and see an apartment that's for rent in the building right behind me. It's always hard to get back far enough to show you the buildings that we're going to go and have a walk around. So there is actually two towers here. However, the apartment that I'm going to go show you is in this right-hand tower on the 3rd floor. So we're not going to go up too high, and I've just walked down this side lane. There is actually underground parking for this whole building, or these two buildings, underneath the actual kind of footprint of the apartments. And then people, of course, park on the street as well. Now, where I am here is in the north of Moscow, pretty much towards the end of the grey line of the Moscow metro, and the nearest station is called Bibirevskaya. Now, if you live here, you probably know it. If not, look it up. I will always put the map link to where I am. It's very snowy. When I pan around, you can see where they don't clear the snow and where they do. And it's only 7 minutes walk from here to the closest station, so you don't need a car if you don't have one. Lots of older apartment buildings across the way, and then also there's a supermarket on the other side of the street. Where we want to go is somewhere in here. There's a couple of entrances. There is actually a kids' playground right here. You can see some other apartments off in the distance also, and there is actually a few different shops in the lower ground floor. One of them is a beer and wine shop, and then the entrance to the apartment is somewhere up here. Now, I generally turn up to these places and don't know too much about them until I get here, so I generally find out about it on the fly. The guy's doing a good job clearing the snow with the blower. Let's head on over to the entrance and check this place out. Coming in from outside, there's this lobby area, which is the transition to come into the heated lobby. And very nice. They have a concierge for this building, which is super nice. Also radiators and central heating, so it's nice and warm as you walk in. All the information about the apartments is right here, so if you want to know something or call somebody, you can. The nice thing with having concierge is if you perhaps want something delivered and you're not home, the ladies can take care of it for you. Now, this is where it's a little bit interesting, this apartment. So traditionally, most apartments, the elevator would be somewhere here in this lobby. However, for this place, you've got to go inside and then go down one floor. Now, this is also really nice. Now, I don't think we can see inside, but this is bike storage and also prams and kids' toys. The light's not on, so we can't see it. Must be on a timer. So you've actually got to go down a floor to go back up. Well, 3 floors where you're going to go. There's no problems though. And there is that lift, which it definitely works. However, you don't see them very often in the buildings. I'm guessing they put that in purely because you don't have elevator access at street level. Everybody's letterboxes, and then the elevator is around this corner. I'm not sure why they did it like this, but we are on the -1 level, and we eventually want to go up to the 3rd level. Coming out of the elevator on the 3rd floor, the apartment should be just through this doorway, and you can see some of the other people that live on this floor. That's the door to go in the fire escape right there. I don't always point it out in videos. And then around the corner, and we should be able to find where we need to go. Let's head on inside now. The keys are actually in the door. Because this is a finished apartment, all the keys are ready to be handed over to the person who will eventually move in. And as I pointed out in a lot of videos, these heavy doors or these insulated doors. Now people ask, why do they have them? And it's really for insulation, for sound, and for heating. It's not necessarily about the security and safety. It's just the design feature. Actually on the back, it's really nice because it matches the interior. So you've got this white finish and then the mirror. Now the important thing, coming inside, shoes off. And this place is completely finished and it's been handed over now for rent. And this is a studio apartment. And I need to keep saying that quite a few times because a lot of people perhaps misunderstand the size of these apartments. This is your circuit breakers here for the electricity. Very simple, of course. And then lights to come on inside. Let's open this door. So the way this is designed, it's really interesting. There's actually a step that you come up to come inside, and then you actually step down into the main living area. I think that's the right word. Off to the left is the bathroom. Now the only thing that's missing really here is bed sheets. Otherwise it's move-in ready. So you have a kitchenette here on the right hand side. That's the best way to describe it. Fridge, hot plate, sink, also microwave. Got some cupboards, so you can store some things. This is all pretty traditional and normal. There is actually a fan for the oven. So it's got the ducting right there. I like these subway tiles. You don't see them too often in most people's apartments in Russia. They sell the actual panels that you can just stick up. So these are real tiles, which is a bit of a bonus. Microwave. And then the living space. Now this kind of place is suited to somebody who's going to live alone. Perhaps somebody that might have a boyfriend or girlfriend, possibly a student, maybe a parent who's going to rent this out for somebody that's moving to Moscow or wants to move out on their own. So you've got full-size bed here. This looks like a traditional double bed. Got the TV on the wall, so you can swing that around. Actually, a very nice big TV, maybe 55-inch TV. And then you've got the lights and sockets built on the wall. Actually, feature wall as well. It's a really interesting light fixture. These LED ones are becoming more popular everywhere you go now. And what's super interesting is the way they've actually built the window. Well, the window is existingly here, but they put a desk, some chairs. You can actually see the radiator underneath. It's actually warm in here when you walk in. The radiators get put on because of the central heating in the whole building. Actually, there is also a roller blind that you can roll down, and then you get the view out to the street, and particularly to the older buildings on the other side. These would all date back to probably 1980s, maybe 1990s. Supermarket right across the street. I've done lots of videos in different Pitorichkas, and there's one right there. Also bus stops are right here as well. Metro station, walking from here is about 7 or 8 minutes. Very, very nice. It's always nice to live walking distance to the metro. Also wardrobe here, so you can put your clothes. Now this, again, it's just making use of all the space possible. And for someone who might live here alone, you're going to move in with not a lot of things. And over time you acquire things. You can actually see the step there So this is really built because of the way the pipes and plumbing are for this building. That's purely why there's a step. And then the bathroom. That's what I've done. I've actually got the lights on already. So there is actually a ceiling fan or a vent that you can just see right there. That's running. So the bathroom itself, actually got a walk-in shower, which is always nice. And then the rain head. These tiles are very nice as well. Full tile, so the matching subway tiles, built-in washing machine, sink, and then toilet. The actual workings for the toilet are behind this panel right here, so you've got access to the pipes if necessary. Guessing, oh, okay, this is the hot water tank. So, of course, there is hot and cold water in the building, but at different times during the year, particularly in summer, they might switch off the hot water to do works or maintenance. So you've got year-round hot water. Also, hot water radiator for your towels. Actually, this is nice and warm. This is a really nice bathroom. You know, considering how small the studio is, the bathroom is very spacious, which is always nice. To have your own washing machine as well. What do you think? I think for a student or somebody young, I think this will be more than suitable. And you've got a nice big window there, so you're getting lots of light being let in. And to have a desk as well. I know it's a bench, however, you can put your computer there, tablet, whatever you've got, and you're all set. TV as well. So what do you think? Could you live in something like this? Now, take yourself back a few years if you're a little bit older, and if you're moving out of home for the first time, would this be something suitable for you? So I've made it back home now, and we'll go through all the information about the apartment. And it's a lot easier to do it this way than film it when I'm actually there, because I can digest a lot of what I've seen. Because I don't have a lot of time. I turn up, I press record, I go for a walk around, and then I leave. The real estate agents are always very busy and don't have time, you know, for me to, you know, overthink what I'm doing. I just record and in and out. So the information about the apartment will come up right here, so it's easy for you to follow along. So it was a studio apartment. It's really important. I've talked about it and shown other apartments on the channel before. And in the same building, there's apartments of all different sizes. There's 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartments. You can look at listings for the different towers where I was or neighboring buildings. Not every apartment in Russia is a studio size. This is a particular niche of apartments that property developers are making or building for investors, and the people that own that particular apartment are building them or having them developed as rental properties. So if maybe you're an owner of real estate and you rent things out, you think of it the same way. So 13.5 square meters. So of course, in terms of the number, it's not very large. But for a studio and for one person living there, you know, it's suitable. I mean, it's not designed as a family apartment in any way. Couple of doors down, you can get a 2-bedroom place with bathroom, bedrooms, separate lounge room. And that's really down to the individual person who rents these sorts of apartments. It's on the 3rd floor and fully furnished. So, of course, there's not a lot of furniture necessary in these sorts of apartments. However, the bed is there, washing machine, fridge, the kitchen is all set up. And it's what's called move-in ready. You get the keys, you bring a suitcase, and you're good to live there. The one thing I think now that I watch back the video that I filmed, that bed could be replaced with a folding sofa bed to create a bit more space. It's just the way it's been set up that way. That would really be up to an individual person living there. I think these kind of fold-out sofa beds are a lot better designed for Russian studio apartments, but some people like the full bed in the room, so that's up to you. And then the location, it was 7 minutes from the metro station, quite literally down the street. You could almost see it from the window if you were to kind of look carefully enough. And I also pointed out nearby there is a supermarket right across the road. There's a few shops in the building as well. Actually, a bit of a secret, the red and white alcohol shop that was there on that downstairs level has some of the cheapest eggs that you can buy in Moscow. It's always surprising the things you can buy in beer and wine shops in Russia. They're becoming more and more like convenience stores. The metro station is called Bibireva. Now, I think I've still pronounced it wrong, so maybe look it up on the map. I will put the pin to the location of where I was, so if you're interested in looking at on the maps, you can do that yourself. And the price. So it is going to be listed as a rental, I think actually as of the day I was there. Probably within a day or two, it'll be listed as a rental. Normally when I get to see places that are brand new, they're in that last day or two of the completion of the project. The keys get handed over to a real estate agent and then to whoever would rent it. 45,000 rubles per month. So that's obviously 4 weeks. Pretty much rentals in Russia are monthly paid, and then you're good. And the exchange rate, if you want to look it up there, 594 US dollars, 432 British pounds, 499 euros, 805 Canadian dollars, and 850 Australian dollars. So that's the price for rent. The only thing you're going to pay as a tenant would be water and electricity. It's basically metered. So it's based on your usage, but for a small studio like that, it really wouldn't be a whole lot. It's always hard to gauge what you're paying per month, but I'd say probably somewhere about $30 or $40 per month is what you're paying for water and electricity. It's probably even cheaper than that. It depends on how much you're running the shower, or if you're, I'm not sure, taking long times in the bathroom. So I hope this video was interesting. I always ask, could you live there? Again, it's a studio apartment, and a lot of people will think that, you know, a family with 2 or 3 kids are going to move into that sort of place. It's not designed for that. It's really for someone moving out of home, maybe a student, someone who's moving to Moscow for the first time, or moving across the city to live closer to where they go to school or university. And that's the design and intention of these sorts of apartments. So thumbs up if you like the video. That's the easiest way you can support watching these videos. If you might even have the hype function as well. If you're using a phone to watch the videos, you can give it a hype and post a comment. Let me know what you think. Could you live there? I mean, I certainly could live there alone with my wife. Probably not. We'd want to at least a separate room from each other. If you want to follow me on social media, the link to my Telegram is right here. You can click that, and then you can follow what I'm doing on a daily basis or join in on the chat with other people. And then an old video on the channel will come up right here, and you can keep traveling with Russell. Okay, everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.